Good morning. Welcome to another vlog. We are headed to the apple orchard. I am so looking forward to this. I almost thought we weren't going to go apple picking this year because we missed Honeycrisp season. And Honeycrisp is the superior apple, but it's the Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada and we are going to head to the orchard. It is a rainy day. As you can see, I have my rain boots on. I made a little pumpkin spice rooibos tea and we are going to head to get breakfast sandwiches on the way. Now, if you know me, you know I don't like to get food out. However, we only ever treat ourselves if we have free points. And right now we have free points, so we can get our breakfast sandwiches for free, which is the best feeling. We've been saving up our credit card points so that we can do this, and it just makes the days feel a little bit more special. So my partner is going to join me soon and get us going. He might have just spilled his coffee and had to remake it. Thankfully, he is calm, cool, and collected. I would not be feeling that way if I spilled my tea. Anyhow, we are going to put on my Luke's Diner playlist that I made, which I will link in the description for you. Some Mazzy Star, the Sundays, all of the things that I would imagine Lorelai and Luke are listening to at Luke's Diner. So that will be our music accompanying us to the orchard. And the orchard is about a 40-minute drive. It's actually just outside of the beach town that's kind of like closest to where we are in Southern Ontario. So went there last year for the first time. I have no idea how busy it's going to be. Like I said, it's rainy, so I feel like it's going to be nice and quiet, but it's the long weekend, so I don't know. But we're going to pick some apples. I want to make applesauce. I want to make applesauce later today when we get home, although I don't have a masher or a blender, but I've done it before with a fork. So I think we're going to try and work with what we have. Anyways, we're just here for like a little cozy fall weekend vlog together. Also must say, this sweater, I call it my Rory Gilmore sweater. I thrifted this, oh gosh, probably like 10, 12 years ago. It's homemade for sure. There's no labels or anything, and I cherish it so very much. So I feel very ready for the orchard. What can we get started for you?
Could I grab the 3 cheese breakfast sandwich? Three cheese and egg.
Ah yes, the cheese breakfast sandwich.
Cheese. Hey, you know what? It's got cheese on it.
They all do. We just had what felt like a near-death experience in the Starbucks drive-thru. Why in mid-October are there still so many, was it a bee or a wasp?
It was a bee.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Anyhow.
It was in my face.
A bee flew in our car. I don't do bees. I'm not allergic to bees, but in my soul, I feel allergic to bees. Anyhow, we have our breakfast sandies. Delicious. It feels like a treat though, getting it full free. Everything just tastes better when it's free, you know? I am perfect tea temperature. We have a query for everybody, specifically also our non-Canadians, which I think is the majority of you watching.
What are we asking? The Tragically Hip?
My IT guy's a little shy still.
We're wondering if everybody knows who the Tragically Hip is.
Like outside of Canada.
Yes, because they're Canadian and they're awesome.
The best. And I feel like here I go being like, I'm not gonna chew, me talking with my mouth full. They're a very well-known Canadian bands, like arguably the most well-known Canadian band, perhaps. We have no idea if they are as popular outside of Canada because I went to look them up on like audios for Reels and TikToks and there was barely any. What would you say is a song that you would recommend people check out?
All of them.
Okay, but like which one for people listening? Thank you. Bob Cajun?
Yeah, that's a good start.
We'll finish Crunch and Munch. So you can see one of the goats with his head stuck in. Is he eating something? I don't know. Oh wow. You can tell a little bit more fall foliage here. This looks nice. Well, we're here and it's actually quite a bit busier than we anticipated. So we are out here and we don't see a single apple on a tree, which we usually come at the start of the season, like early September. And they are sold out of like a lot of our favorite kinds anyhow. But like not a single one on a tree. We found some, they're so high up. Think tall thoughts. First apple of the day. No idea what genre it is.
It's Portland apples.
Oh. Here we are at Great Lakes Farms. I feel like I'm filming an apple commercial. I got my rubber boots and everything. You know what? It looked busy in the parking lot. It looked busy here. But maybe we're just scaring everyone away from this aisle of the orchard. Smells like an apple. I kind of feel like I'm filming like a Steve Irwin documentary with the camera in the trees here. Now, it's definitely not more cost effective to pick your apples, is it? This is $25 for this bag. Too bad they don't give you like the cute little basket to pick your apples like they do in the movies, you know? The little brown baskets.
The first place we went to like 2 years ago, I think.
They did give a basket.
Yeah.
The other one that had Apple Fest. You know what? I think this is still an ideal day. And it's a big enough orchard that there's not a ton of people, which makes for a lovely experience. So we see if there's another kind of apple. It's definitely raining a little bit, if you can see on my glasses, but we found another genre of apple. A mystery since we haven't been by the sign yet, but they're very green. So they're either underripe or meant to be green. Wow, there's many an apple on a tree yonder. I am definitely glad I wore my rain boots though, because this grass is thick and tall and a little soggy. So very curious if different apples make a difference when you're making something like applesauce. I am sure it does. I suppose too, we're gonna have a hodgepodge of different apples in the applesauce since we are just picking with our hearts. Wherever the wind takes us, wherever the apples are actually on the trees. I feel like you're holding it like someone holds a fish.
Look at my catch.
Catch of the day.
13 pounds.
Last apple of the day we're hunting for. Quality control. Well, I'd say that was a pretty successful apple picking day and we never even had to share an aisle with anyone. It is very chilly out. The rain did stop, thankfully, so we didn't get too wet, but it is still a lot busier than expected. There's lots of happenings going on in the pumpkin patch and the little kids farm, I suppose. There are rides and stuff. So the apple orchard itself actually wasn't too busy, which is nice. So we are snug as a bug in a rug back in the car with heated seats, which is nice. But we have a ton of apples and applesauce in our future. Gosh, I like this color. As you can see, we've made a little pit stop on our way home to one of our favorite magical little shops called Purely Wicked since we were passing through town. And Niklaus got us some treats. I don't drink coffee, but he does. And he found this toxic toffee caramel biscotti coffee. So he will have to give the report, maybe later today, on how this is. And sneaky, I have been wanting hot chocolate. And if you listen to my podcast, then you know. And he got me some rot chocolate, as it's called. I will have to look up, I'm going to look up what this Coffin Creek company is. I think both the hot chocolate and the coffee are from, right? Coffin Creek. So we will have to look up and see what that is all about. But I got a couple clips on my phone of how neat and very autumnal the store is right now. That was our little pit stop on our way back from apple picking. Very excited to try this hot chocolate. We are going to pick up a very fancy, actually, Thanksgiving dinner. We were supposed to have dinner with my mom, but she is indeed sick and she said she wants to get us something to have for supper still. So we are going to pick up from a restaurant we've never been to, a 3-course Thanksgiving dinner. Now, this is fancier than this one and I usually enjoy, but they had a vegetarian option and something for him. So we'll show you when we pick it up. But there's like cranberry and brie crostini. I'm having pumpkin gnocchi. He's having, you got the turkey one? Like a turkey mashed potato stuffing, you know the vibe, situation. And then we have a sticky toffee pumpkin cake. Yes, for dessert. So very exciting turn of events for today, as we will have a nice meal. Oh, those look good. We'll be plating our appetizer on Halloween Snoopy plates. Smells so good. This is my pumpkin gnocchi and it smells so good. This man is very hungry, but this is his. No words, just hunger. This is a nice little Thanksgiving meal. And we'll have to show the dessert after because we got food on the brain. We ate our cake in a Thanksgiving tizzy. Did not remember to record, but I just had a shower. I'm feeling so exhausted. I did too much today. It's a pot's nightmare, so I'm gonna try my raw chocolate. Anyhow, haul out the Halloween has Marnie and Cal from Calabar's Revenge, Halloween Town 2. They're married in real life, in case you did not know. I'm very excited. Right, y'all, it is commercial and I am pretzeled up in bed. I'm gonna sign off the vlog for the night and we will talk tomorrow. Just know my hot chocolate is so good and I am enjoying this movie so much. It is so magical and nostalgic and heartwarming to see Marnie and Cal on my screen again. So we will give a better recap tomorrow when I am feeling revived. Good morning. It is Sunday. We are going to make applesauce. I finished my movie last night. I'm gonna be so honest, I had a really rough health flare, a really rough time with my health last night. So today I am staying comfy cozy in my jammies for applesauce making. But the movie was so good. I wish that the actors, I don't know their real life names, but the ones that play Marnie and Cal in Halloween Town, I wish they were in it more. I love Lacey Chabert, who was the main character, but I just wish there was even more Marnie and Cal. But it was such a lovely Halloween-y movie to watch on a fine October day. Me and my hot chocolate had a very restful evening. Now I have many an apple to chop and peel. I don't know how much I want to do. I'm not sure how it's gonna go using different apples. Like I said, I don't think it should make a huge difference. No, I was looking and I have a recipe that I put together a couple years ago. And so I'm just gonna follow my own recipe. And I think it turned out well. So we're gonna go with that. I do not have a blender. I don't even have a hand masher. So I'm gonna be using a fork. I am all about working with what you have, tweaking a recipe to whatever will work for you without having to go out and buy more stuff. I am going to get peeling and chopping. This is not an applesauce tutorial, but I want to make note because I didn't know this for so long when I started going apple picking, and apple picking is expensive. You want to use your apples that maybe don't have a stem in them first because they are going to go bad quicker than the ones that still have a stem in them. So I am going to use today apples I can find that don't have a stem. Apples are washed because we don't want to spread any bacteria while we're slicing and peeling. I have been so into Karen Puzzles on YouTube. She is like a puzzle YouTuber. Didn't know that was a thing. But so that's what I'm watching while I get going peeling these apples. I am going to catch up with y'all when these are all peeled. Well, you know what? I feel like I almost lost a finger once or twice. Knock on wood, we are not manifesting that for this chopping phase. But we got her done. And I was thinking, I think some of these are red delicious, golden delicious. Maybe this one's mutsu? I don't know. But there's very different aromas happening here with all the different apple types. I am just having a laid back Sunday. I think I'm going to rewatch one of the Hallmark, or like Women's Network is what it's called here in Canada, movies that came out a couple weeks ago. It's called Adventures in Love and Birding. I can't remember if I talked about it on YouTube or just on the podcast, but it is based on the book Birding with Benefits. And I've seen in the birding community some people with their feathers ruffled, if you will, over some of the inaccuracies in birding. But I'm like, honestly, y'all, it is Women's Network. My partner, who's a car guy, we watched a couple of the like car related movies that Hallmark has put out, and they are so not on the nose with proper terminology. And so I knew that going into the birding movie, and thus I loved it. I am a here for the vibes kind of gal, and Adventures in Love and Birding is just so enjoyable to me. It's just about a single mom, her kids getting ready to go off to university, figuring out her life, and she ends up having a fake date this guy who's really into birding, and he's trying to win this big birding competition that takes place over a couple of weeks against his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend, who is who she cheated on him with. And so he is trying to make her a little intimidated and jealous, and anyways, you can extrapolate what happens next. This is actually more apple than I expected. Okay, I'm gonna finish getting these chopped up and chuck them in a pot. I have a very full pot of apples here. I already added in a 1/4 cup of water. And I'm just gonna chuck in some cinnamon and some pumpkin pie spice because I have it. Mix around them spices and let this get nice and soft and applesaucy. And I think I'm actually gonna be responsible here and start cleaning up the kitchen while this cooks, which is my least favorite part. I hate the process of putting away dishes and then seeing the dish drying rack immediately full again. It never ends. It never ends. Dusting and dishes, they never end. This apple cider seasonal all-purpose cleaner smells so nice, and I probably don't even need it because my kitchen smells so good from the apple cinnamon situation on the stove right now. But we're going full fall. We're going full fall today. The applesauce is done. I've been busy jamming, listening to some early 2000s bops. But the applesauce is ready, and I feel like I could have added more water perhaps, or maybe if I had a blender it would be like a little thinner. This is gonna be so good on top of my oatmeal in the morning. That's what I'm most excited to have it on. We also have some frozen yogurt that I think that this would be really delicious on. So good. So good. I am going to close out the vlog here. This afternoon, I'm just gonna take some offline time, start this puzzle. I love Gallison puzzles so much. Gallison, please notice me. I know you have on Instagram and you don't care, but I love a Gallison puzzle and my partner feeds my addiction. So I thought that this puzzle is super cute. I would love to go to this market. I would love to go to there. So I am going to start this puzzle, snack on my apple. I don't know if I'd call it like an apple sauce, like an apple compote, perhaps. I'm going to enjoy my applesauce on this sunny fall day. Maybe open the window because it's actually warmed up a little bit outside. And I am just gonna take it very easy, my friends, because my body is screaming at me too. And I hope that you also take care of yourselves and take breaks when you need to. I know this vlog was a little bit shorter than they typically are, but I hope you still enjoyed this little fall weekend in my life, and I will talk to you soon.